The clock reads 5:12 a.m. The house groans around you. Dust shakes from the ceiling beams. Floorboards twist beneath your feet. A distant crash echoes from the top floors, followed by a low metallic screech. Your heart races. Then it happens. The daisy bedroom door slams shut, jamming tight. You're trapped. The walls bend under the tremor, as if the house itself is convulsing. The air vibrates with a sound you can feel in your bones. The deep, low rumble of the earth tearing itself apart. You clutch the edge of the bed, praying, but no prayer can stop this. The roof above shudders, the windows rattle violently, and the sound of splintering wood fills the room like a scream. Somewhere outside, the orchard trees sway in unnatural patterns, throwing shadows across the floor that seem almost alive. This isn't just a story about an earthquake. It's about a night that changed a house forever, a room where fear was sealed into the walls, where a grieving widow faced nature and the unknown, and where the house itself learned to shift and whisper. By the time this story ends, you'll understand why the daisy bedroom isn't just a room, why the house still trembles in ways you can't see, and why every creak and whisper could be more than imagination. If you dare to wander deeper into the secrets of Winchester Mystery House, help the Insomnicult reach its first 100 subscribers. Curse that subscribe button. Every view keeps the story alive, but beware, some echoes never fade. Before the dawn broke that day in 1906, Sarah Winchester was just a widow trying to outrun grief and spirits. But when the earth shook, trapping her in that single room, everything she thought she controlled, the walls, the halls, even the curse she had spent decades appeasing, was ripped from her hands. From that moment on, the house would never be the same. Rooms were abandoned, hallways realigned, and staircases twisted in ways no blueprint could explain. The earthquake didn't just damage the house, it awakened it. The tremor ended, but the fear did not. Silence fell at first, a deceptive, heavy quiet, like the world was holding its breath. Then came the scraps of wood settling, doors twisting on warped frames, and the distant crash of timber that had lost its fight with gravity. Sarah Winchester, still shaking from her ordeal in the daisy bedroom, stepped carefully through the wreckage. Dust filled the air, coating her black mourning dress like ash. The top floors had crumbled. The tower she had so meticulously overseen for decades lay in splinters, a gaping wound against the morning sky. Windows shattered, and dozens of rooms in the front wing, once bustling with workers and construction, were left exposed, their walls leaning or cracked. The earthquake had not only toppled beams and rafters, it had punctured the very order she thought she controlled. Sarah did not panic. She did not cry out. Instead, she catalogued. Every damaged hallway, every bricked-in door, every fallen stair became another note in her mind's ledger. Then she began to act. She sealed off over 30 rooms in the front wing, boarding them shut as if to hide them from view, and perhaps to hide them from the eyes of the restless spirits she believed haunted her. Yet the work did not stop. Instead, construction shifted sideways. New wings rose in other directions, corridors multiplied, and staircases twisted upward, only to vanish behind walls or into ceilings. The house had changed, almost overnight. Its blueprint, once chaotic by her own design, now bore the fingerprints of terror. Every room, every hallway, every misaligned staircase became a testament to that morning, a memorial to fear itself. And though Sarah moved temporarily to a houseboat to escape the rubble, she continued to direct construction remotely, her instructions precise, eerie, and almost prophetic. Visitors today can still sense it. Guides point to the daisy bedroom and whisper of cracks in the walls, warped floorboards, and a chill that settles just beyond the warmth of the sun. Some swear the room groans in the same rhythm as the earth did that day. Cold spots, faint knocking, and shifting shadows give the impression that the house remembers. That night is still alive, trapped inside the wood and stone, and anyone who lingers too long might hear it speak again. The earthquake did more than damage a building. It reshaped the house into a labyrinth of fear, uncertainty, and unfinished construction. Every abandoned room became a ghost, every warped staircase a question, every corridor a corridor of memory. The daisy bedroom, forever marked by that morning, became the anchor of the house's transformation, the place where terror became the architecture. Long after the dust settled, the house never truly exhaled. Walls whispered with memory. Floorboards sighed under invisible weight. Corridors groaned as though stretching themselves after decades of strain. The Daisy bedroom, scarred from that morning in 1906, became more than a room. It became a vessel, a focal point of lingering terror. Guests report a sudden drop in temperature the moment they step inside. The air thickens, smelling faintly of aged wood and the dust of collapsed plaster. Shadows bend strangely in corners where no light reaches. Some say they hear faint murmurs, a low, dragging sound that rises and falls like dozens of voices trapped just beyond comprehension. The earthquake had not only shifted the house physically, it had fractured it spiritually. Sarah's meticulous directions, once meant to appease restless spirits, now seemed guided by the echoes of the quake itself. Staircases twist at impossible angles, hallways lead to brick walls, doors open to drops into the garden below. Windows peer into other rooms rather than the outside world. Every impossibility is a relic of fear, a permanent scar left by the morning when the earth roared. Imagine standing in the Daisy bedroom alone. The room is small, sun streaming through warped glass, illuminating cracks in the floorboards. You hear a faint creak behind you, and when you turn, no one is there. A cold draft brushes your arm, though every window is shut, and then, faintly, just faintly, a single metallic scrape. The sound of a crowbar against wood. You realise it is the echo of that day in 1906, replaying endlessly in the architecture itself. The house has learnt from the quake. It adapted. Abandoned rooms become dead ends. Twisting corridors become traps. And staircases seem to shift when unobserved. Visitors feel disorientated, unnerved, as if the house is observing them as they wander, much like the way Sarah may have felt, trapped in the Daisy bedroom, forced to witness the collapse and decide which part of her labyrinth would live and which would die. The earthquake ended in minutes, but the house never healed. The Daisy bedroom remains scarred, a permanent monument to that morning when the earth itself defied the world Sarah had tried to control. Rooms were abandoned, doorways sealed, and the entire wings left to time. The house had become a living memory of terror, each creak and groan a whisper of what had been lost. Sarah continued her work for another 16 years, but the quake had shifted everything. Construction was no longer about appeasing the spirits. It was about survival, about reasserting control over a building that had proven capable of betraying even her. She shifted her focus to other wings, sealed entire sections, and altered her labyrinth designs forever. Every corridor, window, and staircase became a scar, a frozen echo of nature's sudden violence. Even today, the earthquake's ghost lingers. The Daisy bedroom is the epicenter, a room where the physical and the supernatural meet. The fear Sarah experienced that morning has become permanent, embedded in the wood, the walls, and the air itself. Visitors can still feel it. Tension builds in the Daisy bedroom. Floorboards creak without cause. A shadow flits across the sunlit hallway. Some swear they hear faint whispers of wood and metal, as though the house itself remembers. The quake left more than cracks in plaster and broken beams. It left fear embedded in the very bones of the building, a constant reminder that what was once broken cannot be fully repaired. And so, the Winchester Mystery House stands as a paradox, a testament to obsession, grief, and superstition, yet also a monument to survival, adaptation, and the strange persistence of memory. Step inside, and you may feel it too. The echo of a widow trapped, a house transformed, and an earth that shook both to its core. It's a reminder, some forces cannot be tamed, some nights cannot be forgotten, and some rooms, like the Daisy bedroom, will never truly be silent. If the walls could speak, what would they tell you about the fateful morning? Would they whisper warnings, or laughter, or the creak of secrets too heavy to bear? Dare to explore further, and subscribe, but beware, the echoes of past don't always stay buried, and don't forget, the Insomnicult loves you.